It's time to take off your clothes, enjoy clothes-free living, and join us for Naked, Nudists, and Naturists.
Welcome to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, the show that celebrates clothes-free living for all. I'm your host, Frank Stone.
And I'm your correspondent, Lisa Monroe, and I'll be reporting on all things within the Naturist community. So it's time to get naked and join us.
And enjoy clothes-free living on Naked, Nudists, and Naturists. Well, welcome on in to Naked, Nudists, and Naturists, episode 16 today. We are really glad that you are with us, however you found us, however you listen to us, on whatever platform you use to listen to us. We are just glad that you do. We are all over the place. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning, 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, and that hits Spotify right away, 6 a.m. Eastern Time, Saturday morning on Spotify. But this is your safe place for naturism, nudism, naked, clothes-free living for all the right reasons, one of many safe places. We will never hurt you or harm you or get weird or do things that are untoward. We are just here celebrating the clothes-free life and what it means, and for all of the right reasons. And before we get to any of that, I want to draw your attention to a gentleman down in New Zealand. He goes by the name of Bop Badger, B-O-P, Badger. He runs a blog called A Comfort of Naturists, and I will give you the address. It's in the show notes as well, ACONNZ.substack.com. Writes a weekly blog on naturism, naturist activities, what's going on in the world, the good, the bad, the indifferent, the just being naked thing. Very excellent writer. A lot of people believe they can write, and sometimes they can. Well, Bop Badger is definitely an excellent writer. And I invite you to check him out. And again, that's ACONNZ.substack.com. And every week, a brand new article. Well, as you can tell by the music that has been sneaking in underneath me here, it is time for our weekly correspondent, the terrific Lisa Monroe. We're going to talk about Young British Naturism today. It's a group you found. I've heard about them before, haven't explored much about it because I'm no longer in that age range, but Young British Naturism, a group for ages 18 to 35. What did you find out? What's going on with them?
Well, first of all, speak for yourself about age ranges. No, no I'm kidding. No, actually, I'm not either. So, but we can pretend for a minute. Basically, I found this article. I was always looking for things that are timely about the community, and found this article in the Telegraph in London. It seems like all the good articles come from somewhere else besides the U.S. Yeah. But they're the Young British Naturism. They're kind of an offshoot of the full British Naturism group. It's a group for 18 to 35-year-olds, and they are, they're trying to grow their numbers because the survey was done, in which it's, on one hand, the survey was really great because it showed that British Naturism had grown by almost by 750,000 people in the course of a very short number of years. And so it went from like 6 million to 6.5 million who identified themselves as naturists on a survey that was done. And so, but the fact is the average age is around 60. So, so they're obviously young and older involved, but the young group is trying to make that happen and keep people from thinking that naturism is only for, those who are retired and have nothing better to do. I think the U.S. has a bit of a ways to go, but we're getting there.
Yep, but definitely the British naturism folks, the young British naturism folks, have their acting gear. We wanted to give them a tip of the hat. And Lisa Monroe, as always, terrific job. Thank you for everything, and we will see you clothes-free on the next show.
I'll be here clothes-free. Good to see you, Frank. Thanks.
All right, you bet. Well, let's get to part 2 now of my interview with the terrific KARIE Jane, the owner-operator of the BHH Naturist Resort in Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands. And on her website, it says, a perfectly cozy adults-only boutique resort to be with like-minded people, clothing optional. Spacious sun terraces surround a large solar-heated swimming pool with plenty of comfortable chairs, sunbeds, and bean bags. There's a fully stocked Honesty Bar, a large brick-built barbecue area, and a shaded pagoda decking area for alfresco dining. and chilling out in front of a fire pit. The Balinese-style bed is always a favorite spot for daytime reading and snoozing in the year-round sunshine. The airport is just 50 minutes away. The local unspoiled naturist beaches are just a 10-minute walk away from the apartments. Check her out, naturistcanaries.com, and I'm pretty sure you're going to book a stay right away because it's such a gorgeous place. So let's get to it right now. Part 2 of my interview with the terrific KARIE Jane.
But we used to bring theatre shows from all over the world. And at one point we were touring with the Texas Tenors, who won America's Got Talent one year. Okay. Not that they got naked, but we did do some saucy, publicity shots with them at one point. Right. But we produced a show, Naked Boys Singing, which was in Amsterdam. Yeah. And then another show called The Naked Truth, which was actually about pole dancing as a fitness rather than, anything else. So, it's intriguing that the word naked seems to have sort of followed me around somehow. A bit worrying, but there you go.
Well, isn't Naked Boys Singing, isn't that basically literally men coming on stage naked and singing? It is what it is, right?
It is what it is, but it is a phenomenal show. Yeah. Yes. When we first went and saw the show, with a view to producing it, we was in the audience, and they didn't know that it was that there were potential producers there, and one of the guys literally climbed over rows and rows of audience members to sit on my lap. Now he claimed that he didn't know who I was, but that was quite an experience. I've never had anyone stay here as a guest who sat on my lap, so that's I'm quite thankful for that, really.
and I'm guessing he was naked at the time he sat on your lap.
Totally naked. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It was a what I thought was a once in a lifetime experience of being that close to a nude stranger. Yeah. But of course now it's how I earn my living. Yeah. So yeah.
Well, it's been great to have talked to you today. We've been talking to KARIE Jane. She owns the BHH Nature Resort in, I get to say it again, Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands. And KARIE, you put your website out there as naturistcanaries.com. And I want to thank you on behalf of everybody for all that you're doing for promoting naturism for all the right reasons, clothes-free living for all the right reasons, certainly women's empowerment, the Free the Nipple campaign, everything you're doing on behalf of everybody involved. We thank you very much for all you've done.
Bless you. Thank you. It was great talking to you.
The terrific KARIE Jane from the BHH Naturist Resort, Fuerteventura. That might be the last time I get a chance to say that word until she comes back on. So I'll say it once more. Fuerteventura in the Canary Islands. And you can find her on her website, naturistcanaries.com. That's naturistcanaries.com. Find her website. Definitely sign up for her blog. Check out all that she has to offer. What a great place. What a great resort. Right there, close to the beach, not too far from the airport. Big pool, big house, big deck, barbecue grill. She has it all. And you can follow her on Twitter as well. She often posts photos of what's going on there with her guests. And just a great time is had by all. We thank KARIE Jane from BHH Naturist Resort. I have to say it once more. Fuerteventura. And the Canary Islands. KARIE Jane, thank you. And we will definitely have her on. We thank her for all of her time on the show. Well, thank you for being with us today on Naked Nudists and Naturists, episode 16 today. We give you a brand new show every Saturday morning at 6 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. Continue to join us. Check us out on our website, nakednudistandnaturist.com, Spotify, Google, Amazon/Audible, Apple Podcasts, and also on Twitter. You can write us anywhere, anytime, any place. And we thank you for being with us today. Plan to join us for every single one of our shows here and have your clothes off when you're listening. We have our clothes off when we're broadcasting, enjoying the naturist life.
We celebrate clothes-free living for all. Remember to enjoy being naked and join us again for Naked Nudists and Naturists.
We drop a brand new show every Saturday morning, so come back and join us. Have your clothes off when you do for Naked Nudists and Naturists. Have a great clothes-free day.